Hey everybody, Drake here. Welcome to Two Hoodies and Three Cats. I have a special guest today. This is a buddy of mine. He will be referred to as Scrappy.
Let me at him.
So I did a reaction to, you saw it,
I did. I think it was like the
Linkin Park Numb,
yeah.
which was a live deal with Emily Armstrong, and it was apparently the show. From the comments on that came from the night, I guess, her first time playing with them.
I believe so.
That's what they that's exactly what they said. It was her. Nobody knew she was coming out. The fans had no idea what was going on. Then she comes out and boom. So from the comments I've seen in that whole deal, there have been quite a bit. I guess the fan base is split. It's like there are like some old school diehard fans are like, nah, they should have just left it done and without Chester, it's not what it's supposed to be. And others are like, nah, it's cool. They're moving on. They're doing something different. Kind of like when Alice in Chains lost Lane Staley and they brought I can't remember the guy's name, but the guy that was a bass player for Jerry Cantrell's solo project. But anyway, so in your opinion, what do you? Between the two, obviously, she can't replace him.
Oh God, no.
But what do you think of her?
Me personally, I like her. I think she brings a different dimension out that I don't really think, we would have ever heard before with Chester. No disrespect to him though, whatsoever. At the end of the day, Chester still is, in my opinion, Linkin Park. But I think what it's been 7.5 years since,
Well, like I mentioned in the last video, I mean, I know who Linkin Park is. Yeah. I know the song Numb. I was not a big fan. I had never bought any of their CDs, never saw them live. If they came on the radio, it was fine. They were cool. But it was in that kind of time frame after where I had really stopped looking for new music at the time. And now I'm back to looking for new music again. But I've noticed that of late, there's a lot of bands that have moved in the direction of female leads.
Right.
Or having a male and a female in the band. Like Lacuna Coil is an example of that, where they both can sing.
Right.
But, this is Two-Faced. I was going to do the official video, but I don't know what the copyright deal is with these guys, and the live video I had no issues uploading, so I figure we'll do this one.
Honestly, I'm okay with it.
You've heard this song, right?
Oh yeah, plenty of times. Not the live version though.
Hang on a minute. We have a cat action here, so give me just a second, guys. Yeah, you gotta be careful when you have cats in the house and a bag of food, because they will infiltrate the bag. So,
my apologies on that.
Hey, it's all right. And when you watch this later, that'll be in the video because I won't edit that out.
That's gonna be funny.
Yeah. So this is Two-Faced by Linkin Park featuring Emily Armstrong. You got anything you want to add before we start this?
Go Eagles.
Oh man, it's too soon. And here we go.
Would you guys like to hear a new song? Something off the new album? Something we haven't played yet?
Before they get into this, I will say that I do like her stage presence. I've done a little bit of research on her, but not a lot. I'm interested to see what her earlier band was like. I get the feeling that it was a little heavier than what Linkin Park is.
From what I've heard, yes. I know
because
the band.
She's got that kind of raspy edge to her voice.
From what I've heard, it's a little bit heavier band. I haven't gotten around to listening to her previous band, Dead Sarah. I need to though, because I don't know. I need to find something new, and I figured that'd be a good start.
Be interesting. All right.
Yeah.
Here we go.
This is the time to do it.
Okay, so if there are fans, if the fan base is split, they would have needed a bigger arena.
For sure. Hey, let me put it this way: Chester will never be replaced, but
Right.
before Linkin Park was Linkin Park,
I mean,
Mike Shinoda found Chester. He went ahead and found Emily. I'm gonna trust his opinion on it.
so for you guys watching this and that little box in the corner here, if you go back and watch Two-Face live Linkin Park, to pull that video up, there are a lot of people in this place.
I think it's in Brazil.
Wherever. All
I
right.
think.
So I'm done stopping it for a minute.
Yeah.
Three, two, one, let's go, yo! Last time I was hanging by a thread, trying to say I'm not, but I'm ending up on my head. That's when I figured out where it led, beginning to realize that you put me over the edge. The truth's not rigid, your rules aren't fair. Your dark's too vivid, the light's not there. I start to give in, but I can't bear to put it all behind. I run into it blind like Two-Face, caught in the middle, caught in the middle, too late, counting to zero, counting to zero. You should have recognized it's too late for choosing side. Two-Face, caught in the middle, caught in the middle. Last time you told me it wasn't true and pointed.
Okay, I had a thought before they ever started singing, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. But so the lyrics, Two-Face, caught in the middle, is too late for choosing sides. You get people that get caught in between multiple friends sometimes, and they're trying to like play like they're on both sides while they try to figure out where they need to be. And the moral high ground is usually to step completely out of it and not get involved.
Oh yeah. I mean, the title of the song Two-Faced. It's like you're playing to one side of your own friend group, and,
or whatever group, and usually
Yeah.
it's better just to be you.
oh yeah.
But
Well,
it never works out well.
oh yeah. I will say too, after hearing the song a couple of times, it's very nostalgic to me because it kind of brings on the same vibe as one of their older songs back in their first album, Hybrid Theory, with the song One Step Closer. It's got the same vibe, the same grittiness.
So I got a question. Did him and Chester do the same kind of back and forth thing vocally on stage?
Oh yeah.
So I get a 311 feel from these guys. Different style of music.
Right.
Because 311 had more of a funk and like funky kind of flavor to it, beach, chili pepper kind of aspect going on with a little funky whatever. And I don't get the funk feeling from this Linkin Park at all in any ways. And with her, it's almost like they've notched it up and ratcheted it up to be a little heavier. I like it. I really do. I just was wondering if you got that same feel. If you can, like, do you know a lot about 311?
Not too much.
Okay, so the one guy, the main singer, I don't know his name. He's got the shorter hair. He's tall, skinny, and he sings Amber.
Okay.
Amber is the color of energy. And then the shorter guy that's kind of keeps his head shaved, resembles this guy a little bit, and does all the kind of flow stuff. S.A. I think his name is S.A. And it's kind of like that's the feeling. The feeling I get from even these two.
It's always been a staple with Linkin Park songs, especially since they started out more in the new metal like subgenre, which is kind of like what Two-Faced is basically, just one step closer. In my opinion, that song, but with Emily instead of Chester.
Gotcha.
It's got the same vibe, very nostalgic, just huge callback to One Step Closer and how great that song was. I was like, they knocked this song out of the park.
Got it. Out of Linkin Park? Do you know where Linkin Park is?
I want to say... I don't. I've heard California, but I could be wrong.
Not California.
Definitely not California. Well...
So it is a major population center in the country. I've been there. I've actually been to Linkin Park. I got lost in that part of this town. And when we ended up in Linkin Park, we realized we had gone the wrong way and turned around, ended up in the ghetto, and then ended up back where we were supposed to be over by Wrigley Field. That was the hint.
Oh, Chicago?
Chicago.
That makes... See, I knew it had a C in it. I just couldn't think of which C word I
Chicago.
needed.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. One for me. Here we go.
Last time you told me it wasn't true, and pointing every finger at things that you didn't do. So that's why I kept missing the clues and never realized that the one that did it was you. The truth's not rigid, your rules aren't fair. The dark's too vivid, light's not there. I start to give in, but I can't bear to put it all behind. I run into it blind like two-faced, caught in the middle, caught in the middle, too late, counting to zero, counting to zero. You should have recognized it's too late for choosing sun. Two-faced, caught in the middle, caught in the middle,
Pretty cool view.
Oh, yeah.
Question for you. Do you think we can see a pit? You think you could open up the pit right here?
Okay, so I've been to a lot of concerts with a lot of pits, and generally the band doesn't ask for a pit, but I can get it. I feel it. So, have you seen Linkin Park live before? I know you're going in
I'm
the
going
summer
to
to San Antonio.
No, Austin in August. Or not in August, in April.
April, okay. Had you seen them in the past?
No.
Had you seen live footage of them in the past?
I've seen live footage of them in the past.
Did they have mosh pits?
Yeah, they did.
Okay, all right, cool. I didn't know.
Oh, yeah.
So I just want to know. Because me growing up, when thrash first hit, and I'm like going to see like Metallica and Anthrax and Megadeth and Slayer and Creator and Violence and Napalm Death and all these like Nuclear Assault, all these bands that like started thrash.
Right.
I've been in a couple pits, once or twice, a few times, once or twice. So when you see these guys say, "Hey, can you guys open it up and give us a pit?" Part of me wants to giggle a little.
Right. So two things I'm going to say on that. One, I've only really seen it happen from the one other concert I've been to. It really only happens when you hit like a part before the breakdown just to go flat, balls to the wall.
There's certain parts of songs
that
hit that spot and then it starts. Yeah. Gotcha.
Because like, I think anyone that mostly goes to like any metal or thrash concert or whatever, like you know once it hits that part, like
there's certain parts and there's certain riffs that a band hits that just everybody starts wanting to move around and they get that grind going.
Typically, at least from my experience, I'll hear more people like more frontmen kind of go like split the crowd apart, Wall of Death style. Kind of my personal way to go about it, but part of me also agrees with you on them asking just because it is a little funny, especially if you ask in some random part.
It's like, hey, San Paulo, you think we can see a pit right here?
Listen,
Emily wants to jump in and get some of that old school stuff going. Now that would be pretty cool.
Listen, from my personal opinion,
to see that?
No, not to that extent. I wish.
Have you seen this video?
I don't think so. No, I think this is my first time. My personal experience on mosh pits, though, I think as future generations start going to concerts. Some of y'all are a little too soft. I'd say you're there to blow off some steam. Let the adrenaline kick in. Take a couple hits to the head.
That was an issue when I was younger. Is that you'd have like the local crew that was at all these little local band shows and all the big bands, and we would all be there, and we were used to be in a pit and we'd mosh around and we'd throw hands and stuff, but we're not throwing hands at somebody else. We're just like running around, doing the whole thing. And then you get these guys coming from Georgia. You get these redneck guys coming in, and they'd be like, bam, and they'd be like trying to connect with people. And they got shown the reality pretty quick when the entirety of the crew in the pit all team up and
for sure
throw them out. So a lot of it's not about actually beating on people. It's about exuberating, like you're basically letting out a bunch of energy, negative energy and angst, and you're just swinging, but you're not trying to hit anybody.
Oh, yeah.
And, and you do occasionally hit somebody or you push somebody and they fall down, but you're always right there to pick them up.
Oh, yeah. Like, you know, rule of thumb. At the end of the day, PSA for everybody out there, for all you moshers, pick your fellow man up when he falls down.
Yeah, totally. All right. We maybe spent too much time on that, but that's okay. Here we go. I'm going to back this up just a tad. Ooh, it looks like we're getting to a cool part.
Can't hear myself think. Stop yelling at me!
Oh, they did it.
Yep.
Stop yelling at me! Stop yelling at me! Stop yelling at me! Two things caught in the middle. Caught in the middle. Two left. Counting to zero. Counting to zero. You should have recognized it's too late for choosing side. Two things caught in the middle. 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 Caught in the middle.
Okay, I will say that there near the end of that, there's the regular video for that. I would say that they were both singing, but her mic was definitely turned up higher.
Oh, yeah.
I like her. I don't know. I've only seen 2 songs. I have this one and Numb. I like her. I like what they sound like. It's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. I'll say this. If you did want to listen to a song that has a little bit more of Emily in the song Over Each Other's a good one to go ahead and listen to, just to get a little bit more acquainted with her.
Over Each Other?
Yeah, Over Each Other.
Like, we gotta get, like, this right here.
Yeah.
Think you're...
A little bit more of an emotional song, but...
You gotta get over each other.
Yeah.
Well, I queued up an official video instead of a live video. So we'll see. Hopefully it doesn't get... We'll just do 2 songs in here. Hopefully it doesn't get dinged. So if you tuned in, then you know what's going on. We're doing 2 songs.
Yeah. The double Scrappy special, as I like to call it.
Yeah, so this is Over Each Other. Apparently we're going to get to see more of Emily. And this is the official video, unless you think we should do a live version.
Oh, no. Oh, either one is fine. This will work perfect.
All right. And like I said, hopefully I don't have any copyright issues, but I'm pretty sure we'll work around it. Here we go. And I fear Linkin Park is big enough. They're not worried about a YouTube channel, reaction channel. Like,
hey, we're just giving people the joys of Linkin Park.
That's true. Here we go. All right. And this is Over Each Other. Oh, and if you're new to the channel, give us a thumbs up, comment below, say hi to Scrappy. Let us know what you think of the new singer Emily Armstrong, and what you think of these songs. If there's other tracks you want me and Scrappy, or me and Bone, or just me, or whoever to check out. Bone is not gone. This is just a special setup. All right, you ready?
Yep.
This is the letter that I didn't write. Looking for color in the black and white. Skyscrapers we created on shaky ground. I'm trying to find my patience, but you won't let me breathe, and I'm not ever right. All we are is time.
So have you ever had that friend that you wait to get to say something to him, and you're just waiting? You've almost, they're so over the top that you've tuned out what they're saying, and you're just waiting for them to shut up so you can say what you want to say. Have you ever had that interaction with somebody? Or have you ever been with somebody that's just like, they're just wanting to get their say in, and they don't really care what you have to say?
Maybe like once or twice.
Because that's what this topic.
Oh yeah.
It's like what she was talking about, over each other. And I've known people, and even in the past, with, especially when you're arguing with somebody.
Oh yeah.
That's the worst time, because half the time, if you just shut up and listen to what the other person has to say and try to see it from their side, it would end an argument faster. But a lot of times we end up talking over each other.
Oh yeah. It's like, I will say there was a couple of situations in my own personal life where maybe if I would have just gone the easier way and just kind of not bickered and argued, maybe certain things would be different. But at the same time, it also just kind of provides that notion of maybe next time I'll do better with certain people, so that way I don't say something or do something that, maybe I might not want, might not mean at the moment.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. There's the whole phrase, sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me. The reality to that is that once you say something and you put it out there, you can never really take it back.
Yeah.
That person can say they forgive you. You can say you're sorry, but it's there.
Yeah.
It's always there. It's very difficult to retract it. Which is why somebody I used to know, who has since passed on, used to say you need to chew up your words before you spit them out, and really think about what it is and the consequences, because all actions have consequences, whether they're good or bad. So sometimes it's better to err on caution.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But anyway, I'm digging this. This is a great suggestion.
Oh yeah.
And you're right. We're getting more of her this time.
Yep.
You got anything to add right now?
Another scrappy PSA. Don't fight over the little things, guys.
Oh, that's the truth. To make it worthwhile, it needs to be important.
Oh yeah.
Reaching for satellites, but all alone. Under your breath, you're saying that I was wrong. Oh, the skyscrapers we created are coming down, free falling to the pavement. 'Cause you won't let me breathe, and I'm not ever right. All we are is talking over each other. There's nothing underneath.
Wow.
It's all a waste of time. All we are is talking over each other. Are we over each other? Are we over each other? I can't go to sleep. I lie awake at night. I'm so tired of talking over each other.
Okay, that vocal effect was really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, the subject matter of this song just got real, like super real, because obviously they're arguing and having a fight and all this.
Yeah.
And she obviously just died in this car wreck, and now she's like, there's no way to say what. It's crazy. I mean, that's the ultimate. If I had only, when I had the opportunity, said this or say this or.
All I gotta say is this video right here in general has actually taught me that very important lesson of don't do something or don't argue over something and don't let it get so out of hand that you'll end up regretting it at the end, because that's basically what it is just
Because you never know.
yeah, you don't ever know. I think a perfect example of like something at least ending out kind of like in a more positive note on that end versus like, obviously worst case scenario in the video, like you have an argument, you're saying things you don't mean, and your last memory of that person is, oh wow, we just had a fight and now I can't even say I'm sorry because of it.
So this is something that took place recently. It wasn't over a fight, but when I first moved when I was in the process of moving from Houston to Abilene, one of the first people I met, somebody that like really took me in and kind of showed me the around and gave me the rundown on where everything was and this and that and this whole area out here as well. Not too long ago, buddy of mine said, he'd been having problems, heart issues, and they said, hey, my buddy was back and forth from Fort Worth to here, and he was like, you should go over and see him. He's alone. He needs some company. And so like a couple weeks ago, it was a Saturday afternoon or a Friday afternoon, Thursday or Friday afternoon. I was home early and I drove out by his house because I didn't know exactly where his house was. So I got to his house. I found his house. I thought about calling him and just pulling in and going in and seeing him. But I'm like, man, how rude would that be? Just showing, hey, I'm at your driveway. I've never been to your house before, but I thought I'd just show up.
Right.
So I'm like, I'll talk to him this weekend. So that weekend, I looked for him, but I didn't see him. And then I saw him later, but he was driving away. And I was like, kind of waved. I'm like, I'll talk to him next weekend. So then that was on a Saturday. And Tuesday night, I'm hanging out with Bone.
Right.
And Bone told me he had passed away in his sleep.
Oof.
And I was like, to this moment, I feel like I should have called him that day.
See, I don't have more of a personal story on that, but
and it wasn't like this was not a thing where I had said the wrong thing, and we never had any kind of friction. We were always really close, but it was like I felt like I should have at least reached out.
You're right, because at the end of the day, like, and this kind of leads into this subject and this example that I have of another person. FYI, if this video ever gets out to that person, I apologize for divulging some personal information, but this fits in the story.
Well, just don't give out names.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. I will say the story kind of goes on. She's out somewhere up in like the New England area. Dad, I think, if I remember the story correctly, was like doing something at the University of Oklahoma or whatever, and every night before they went to bed, they would always say, "I love you," just say that, just, common courtesy to child, parent to child.
Yeah.
Long story short, the last night that they had said that to each other, she finds out that next, I think, afternoon that he passes away.
Wow.
Yeah. The last words that dad told his daughter was, "I love you."
Well.
And,
You can't go wrong there.
No, but it just comes to show that no matter what happens in life, like, guys,
you never know.
You never know when someone's last moment's going to be, and at the end of the day, you want to at least leave off on something more positive than negative.
This has been a pretty great conversation.
Oh, yeah.
This song was a great choice. All right. And I just stopped it because I thought the vocals she did there was really, like, hit it.
This song really does bring out a lot more conversations about the more serious stuff, for sure.
Pretty cool. All right, here we go. All right. Scrappy for the win.
I lie awake at night. I'm so tired of talking over each other. So say what's underneath. I wanna see your side. We don't have to be talking over each other. Over each other. Over each other.
Oh, shit. Whoa, what a freaking ending. Wait a minute. Oh, she's a ghost.
Yep.
So she died.
Yep. I was saving that plot twist. That's why I was okay with the video.
Her friend lived, and she's sitting there just outside the car. Wow. And I was like going, wait a minute, this chick's like moving around and stuff. Now I'm like, oh shit, this is like some Sixth Sense, Bruce Willis stuff here, right?
I was holding my tongue on the plot twist on the entire time because I knew once you saw the plot twist, it was going to be like, oh my god.
I'm like, wow, it's the other way around. Plus, that was crazy. Yeah, this was great. I'm going to see what's left on this.
I think that's just it. Yeah.
Okay.
Such a good song.
That was crazy.
Even better video.
That was awesome. That was very cool. So, Guys, in the comments below, if you're new, hit like, consider subscribing. Thank you for being here. We've recently gotten over 3,000 subscribers. We're about a year and a half in. Thank you so much. This has been Scrappy. I'm Drake. This is the 2 Hoodies and 3 Cats channel. Leave us a comment below. If you want to see Scrappy again, let us know. If you got questions for Scrappy, fire away. And we will see you guys on the next video. Deuces.